Well, hello there. Hello. I don't know what I'm doing. My throat hurts. Jake made me sick. Hello, welcome to another video in my poorly named advice series with your host, me, not a professional. I asked you lovely lot on Twitter and Facebook if you needed any help or guidance, and this is what you said. What preparation should I make for top surgery? Okay, so a few things that spring to mind are grab yourself some loose fitting trousers, some front opening shirts or hoodies, and some slip-on shoes, because bending down is going to be painful, lifting your arms up to get into shirts is going to be painful. Things are just going to be very tight and uncomfortable, so try to make things as easy for yourself as possible. Get a back support for your bed. Oh my god, my first night was horrible. I piled up like a bunch of pillows into like a wedge shape and I just couldn't get to sleep. I couldn't sleep flat because everything felt too stretched out and too tight. And so I got one of these things from Amazon. I think it was like £15, and it's just this little like bed frame thing. It kind of opens up like this and it just helps you sleep a little bit more upright and stops you from rolling over in the night. You're probably going to spend a lot of your recovery in bed, so you just need to be comfortable. Invest in the comfort. Sleep is so important. You are healing yourself the most at night. Okay, next, move things off of high shelves, put things within your reach. You're not going to be able to stretch up and grab stuff. If you're traveling back in a car or on a coach, bring a pillow to kind of cushion yourself from the seatbelt. I felt really delicate and exposed for a few days after surgery, and it was just nice kind of having that protection. And finally, have someone on hand to help you. To be honest, I could do most things by myself, and it's good to do it by yourself because you need to be moving, you need to be, loosening things up. However, for the first couple days, I found it really difficult to get myself into my underpants and my trousers by myself, and especially taking the hospital binder on and off for your little breaks in the day. You need somebody for that. You will not be able to do that by yourself. I'm going to put a link to my top surgery playlist down below. If you want to know any more about top surgery, I documented my whole experience. My family have been calling me the right pronouns and the right name for nearly 3 years now, but my 11-year-old brother likes to use my dead name in arguments. My parents think that it's okay and that it's on the same level as any of the names I call him. I think you need to be the more mature person. He's only 11. You need to lead by example and to try not to be aggressive. Especially if you're calling him names, you're kind of stooping down onto his level. He's going to get on the defensive and he's going to feel like he needs to one-up you. I don't blame you. It's probably really obvious that your birth name gets to you. So obviously he's going to play on that, but you can't let him. You need to try and change the way you interact with him so your arguments don't escalate to that level in the first place. And so if you try and approach an argument more mature, more respectfully, and he still uses the wrong name out of spite, you're probably going to have more of a chance of your parents being on your side for once. Something I've learned as I'm growing into adulthood is to just kind of let things go. With certain things, it can be necessary to kind of dig your heels in and to try and get your own way. But most times, especially within arguments, things are never going to end well. And you don't want to put yourself down for more than you have to. Next, advice for anyone anxious about top surgery. I've just recently started testosterone, but I'm incredibly anxious for my top surgery happening in around 9 months. Okay, first up, surgery is always going to be scary, so you have every right to feel anxious. But with that being said, 9 months, that's a really long time for you to sit and think about it, and it's great that you're already trying to process it. I think mentally preparing yourself is so vital, and it's just kind of a combo between doing your research and understanding what is about to happen to you, and also trying to relax and just let yourself be excited for the future of being chestless. How do I tell my dad I'm trans? He's really awkward but keeps dropping hints that he knows and that he's cool with it, but I'm scared he won't want to have anything to do with me if I tell him. From what you've said, it sounds to me like he's just trying to get you to open up, so he's probably not going to react in the way you think. If you're really worried about it, maybe you yourself could kind of drop some hints to see if you two are on the same page. And don't forget, despite all the stories you might hear, not everybody reacts negatively. But if he does, give him some space, and remember, you're probably 10 steps ahead of him in this process. He needs time to kind of figure it all out and catch up to you. I came out at around 16 years old, and my dad didn't use the right pronouns until I was around 21, so a little bit of time there. A last little thing on this one, and it's probably obvious, but only come out if you're ready and you're in a safe environment. My boyfriend recently broke up with me because he found out I was trans. How he didn't already know is beyond me, but I'm worried that all my relationships will end this way. Is there anything I can do? Now personally, I would 100% always tell somebody I was trans before it developed into a relationship. It saves time, it saves pain, and it keeps you safe. And if you're finding that you're kind of interested in somebody and you tell them straight away and they don't like you because of that, it's probably better to know straight away before you end up developing feelings for them. But you can't let yourself believe that just because you're trans, that makes you unlovable or broken. There might be narrow-minded assholes out there, or just people that aren't really interested in that, and that's fine. But believe me, there are beautiful, understanding people out there that want you. I just had my first T-shot. Everyone talks about changes and whatnot, but what's the shot area meant to look like? Red? Sore? How long does the aching last? Actually, when I first had my testosterone shot, this is exactly what I was asking. I think a certain amount of redness and irritation is pretty common, and after my first shot, I developed this like weird little red lumpy rash thing around the injection site. That's gross, that's TMI, but you need to know. And as for the aching, for me that usually lasts around 1 to 4 days, and if I'm not really moving a lot, the ache can kind of creep up to my lower back or sink down onto my leg. But you know, if you are really worried or there's like heaps of sharp shooting pains, then don't be afraid to go to your doctor and ask them. And if you remember what kind of testosterone you're on, you can always look up or request the little leaflet that comes with it and check for yourself. Okay, moving on to the last question. Whoa. What's the best place to start on your first shopping trip looking for new clothes? I really like buying new clothes. I get a lot of pride and a lot of confidence out of just looking good, in my eyes at least. So I'd say first, do some research and just have fun with it. Maybe try to find some celebrities whose style you're really interested in. I'd say try to shop in cheaper stores at first, just in case you end up dropping money into stuff you don't really like. And if it makes you feel more comfortable, then bring a friend. Maybe actually try to find a more fashionable friend. And you know, it might be better off to start simple at first. Grab some underwear or a couple of new pairs of trousers, maybe some shirts in slightly different styles. This is always going to be about experimentation and how you want to look. Not everyone's bodies are the same, and clothes are going to look different on everybody. And you know, you might be surprised in how much a new set of clothes will kind of pacify your dysphoria for a little bit, or even in some cases actually make it worse. I find that if I'm wearing something that doesn't quite fit me properly, it'll make me feel bad. Even what I'm wearing right now, I could never wear something with like a V-neck before top surgery. Finding your style, your look, things that make you comfortable, that can take a while, but when you find it, it's so good. Ugh, it feels like I've been walking through the desert for days. Jake, why did you do this to me? Okay guys, that is all the time I've got for today. If you would like my advice for any of your problems, please comment down below. And also, if you have any trans topics you want me to cover in entire videos, please let me know. I love making trans-centric content. It's just who I am. I like to educate and inform. What the fuck am I saying right now? I'm gonna go. I feel poop. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.